Lovely. All right. Oh, weird. I don't really. Oh, there we go. It's updating. All right. Um, see here. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. All right. So we are now live on YouTube. Hopefully there's audio. I don't know if there is, but uh, otherwise YouTube's just going to be looking at a blank screen and the chat or whatnot. So um, yeah. See here. Oh, a bunch of people just dropped out. Anyone else? Oh, there we go. Let's see. Now I'm seeing five people here. All right. Lovely. There's audio on YouTube. This is great. Okay. Um, okay. All right, computer, don't explode on me as we do this. Cool, cool, cool. All right. See why people have multiple screens usually or multiple monitors for these kind of events. See here. All right, race is starting in less than 2 minutes. This should be exciting. Are you guys excited? Because there's only three of us here. Yeah? Okay. See here. So talking to YouTube here and answering a question. Yeah, so it's a different setup, mostly because one, I'm not racing today because I'm a little sick and uh, taking it safe and not pushing myself today, as well as this is a meetup race, so it's not exactly a race that you would typically do on Zwift. So slightly different meetup. So I'm the race coordinator slash organizer for this event. And we're about to start in less than a minute. We're almost there. All right. Hopefully my roommates are not going to be mad at me for being so loud. All right. So we're about to head out. Changing views. All right. And off we go. So right now there looks like to be only 5 people in this group. So we've got Claudia Baring, Jessica Mullins, Emma Bishop, and Michelle Main here. And Wise Lifter and Susan Futsi. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Um, so it's our first. So if you're new to the YouTube stream, welcome. We are watching the women's category of the BRAC Zwift Racing League. We just started at 8:05, starting a little bit earlier because, well, I would typically work right after this, but today I'm out because I'm sick. But we're following this event because hopefully the stream doesn't cut out on me like it did with the previous stream, but crossing my fingers, everything would go work out well. So yeah, the race today is an out and back. It's a 40-kilometer race, so about 26-ish miles, 25 miles. Uh, so relatively long race, but and relatively flat as well, with the exception of the volcano climb at the end, or in the middle, I should say. Try and remember the course off the top of my head, but ah, okay, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, so I'm in the group following, and the camera is changing its own angle, so I'm not gonna touch the camera angle so much. Uh, but yeah, following along with the race, there's 5 people together in the group, so no, Claudia and Susan are not on Discord, so those are the 2 people not on here right now. So yeah, exactly. So all right, yeah, you too. Have fun in your race, Glenn. Yep, Jessica and Emma, how are you guys doing? Yeah, we'll see how this race is gonna go right now. We've got a wide variety of abilities and people, so should be interesting to watch. Kind of, kind of sad I'm missing out on the fun right now. Wish I was riding, but see here. You guys are going at a decent pace too. Helps with the, yeah, helps that it's nice and flat too, and it's not actually northern Colorado where it's all windy. So, see here. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna give everyone kudos for even just showing up. So Emma, is this your first time? I know you're muted, so I don't know if you'll be able to uh, reach over to your computer. Um, so Is this your first time racing or first time on Zwift? Or have you been on here for a while? Oh, nice. I did it last spring as well, and then kind of got really tired and bored of it, so I decided to go right outside. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, that was a good event. I liked how they organized it and all. So I just got tired after a while. Yeah. Did not mean to do that. All right. Let's see here. See, looks like let's see what's going on here. I'm gonna try to pull up the map of the out and back and see if I can help you guys kind of prep for what's gonna be coming up. I'm pretty sure, again, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that the volcano climb is right in the middle or towards the end. So it's good to keep in mind of like trying to make sure that you're saving enough energy for that climb, since it's going to be a nice and long one. So we got Michelle leading the front of the pack right now. Oh, let's see, stringing out a little bit, putting down some power. Claudia is taking the lead here. Michelle right on her wheel. And nice work. You bridged back up to them. Hang on, Jessica. Hang on. Keep pushing out the power, and once you catch up to them, hang on to the last wheel and just take that draft and take a break. So keep working hard. You got this. That's it. You're almost right up to them. Nice. And then hang on to their wheels. So use their draft to kind of ease up a little bit. Looks like Claudia is making a little bit of another dig. Michelle with the counter attack there. So right now with a lot of these early attacks, they're trying to uh, essentially they're testing out the field, one, and two, they're also trying to see, well, they're trying if you don't have the legs later on for the climbs, they're trying to burn you up just before then. So make sure when you catch right back up to them, uh, you stay on their wheels on their draft and take a little bit of a break and let them do all the work since they're clearly going to be the stronger riders. So, and I apologize to YouTube. I'm kind of ignoring YouTube at the moment. So if there's any chats that I missed, let's check out this course again here. All right, awesome. And I know people on Discord can hear me because they've respond responded to me. So on YouTube, it's kind of whatever goes goes at this point. I'm kind of ignoring it. But let's see here. All right. We are at 8.5 kilometers, 8.6 now, into the race. The entire race is 40.9 kilometers. So making making good time, and we've already got a few digs in by Claudia and Michelle. People are keep trying to keep up with them. So all right. So there's gonna be looks like a little bit of a kick of a climb. So Jessica and Emma expect there to be another attack coming up pretty soon on that little bit of a climb that's coming up around here. As you can see here, you can see Claudia is conserving her energy by staying within the middle pack. Thanks. I'm not really the broadcaster type, but doing my best here and trying not to wake up my roommates. Um, but yeah, see, Claudia's out front, but it looks like she's trying to drop back a little bit to kind of conserve her energy again. Same with Michelle. She's been pulling for quite a long time, a little bit surprising. So definitely taking a little bit of a break. Oh, here comes an attack from Claudia. Emma following right behind her. Let's go, Emma. Let's go. Let's go. So this is a little bit of the kick of the climb, a little taste of what's going to be coming up in the race. One hell of a dig from Claudia right now, trying to make that lead, stringing out the group right now. She's already got 4 seconds on Michelle, 7 on Emma. Let's go, Emma. You got this. Stay on Michelle's wheel. So let's go back to the pack here. Following Emma at the moment on YouTube here. And now we're watching Michelle right now. She's 5 seconds behind Claudia. Uh, really trying to see if she can maybe bridge up to her on this downhill here. Jessica, Susan is just right in front of you. Try to catch her wheel and sit on her wheel. Claudia is now well in front. She's got 25, so there's a 25-second gap between Claudia and the back of the group. Michelle is slowly catching up to her, 4.4 watts per kilo, trying to catch her wheel and sit on Claudia's wheel for the remainder of the race. It looks like Claudia is letting her do that. Otherwise, it would be a very, very long race. Although Claudia is very strong, so I'm sure she would be more than capable of being out in front by herself the rest of the race. But here comes Michelle. She's only two seconds back. Let's go back to Emma here. How are you doing, Emma? So Emma, you have three choices essentially. Either try to make up for that 12-second gap between you and Michelle, and that way there's a group of three of you working together in the front, or you could stay where you are by yourself, or the third option would be ease up and be with the other two in the back. So those would be your three main options, depending on what you think would be best. So if you think you can catch up, put in the dig to catch up to Michelle and Claudia before the climb, because remember we've got the volcano climb coming up relatively shortly. So if you think you could put in a dig and then also hang on with them for the climb, I would recommend doing that. Yeah, Okay. You got this. You got this though. You're doing a great job. How you doing, Jessica? So Susan is only just 9 seconds in front of you. So same thing, Jessica. If you want, you can stay where you are, or you can bridge up to Susan, and the two of you can work together uh, for the remainder of the race, but also on the climb. Uh, See, maybe you can catch up to Emma, because again, the so on Zwift, drafting seems to be a little bit more significant than in real life. Uh, so when you've got a group of people, even if it's just two people, when you guys work together, switching off who's in the front, uh, you're able to take kind of like small little breaks throughout the race and throughout the event. And that way, you can conserve a little bit more energy, and then eventually bridge up, uh, meet with the rest of the group. Okay. See here. So it looks like Claudia's still well out in front, but she isn't letting Michelle stay on her wheel. She's keeping that gap anywhere from, let's see, side down to 2 seconds, and then right now it's currently at 7 seconds to Michelle. Michelle is still doing her darndest to try to catch her wheel, so let's see here. Where are we on the route at the moment? So we are now nearly 15 kilometers in. So there'll be a couple little small pitches before the volcano KOM. So including, and then you've got the Watopia sprint right in between the uh, two hills. And then you've got a little bit of a rolling downhill section just before the volcano KOM. Looks like Michelle is about to catch Claudia's wheel. And she's right there with her. Go back to Emma. Emma, how are you doing right now? Looks like Susan is only 11 seconds back. She might try to bridge up to you. So again, like I was mentioning to Jessica earlier, if she does bridge up to you, uh, make sure she does make sure that she does some of the work. So you pull, then she pulls. That way, you guys can work together, conserving energy throughout the race, make it a little bit easier. And then when it comes to the line, um, or later on in the race, if you've got the dig, you're able to use some of that conserved energy against her. So yeah, Okay. Yeah. So in that case, try to conserve a little bit of energy just before the climb, because the climb is, let's see here, the stats. The volcano KOM is 3.8 kilometers and 3.2% gradient overall. Towards the top, it does get pretty steep. Uh, so just bef just before so you're pretty familiar with Zwift. It gets pretty steep towards the top. Uh, Luckily, it's not up to Zwift. So it's still one hard climb here. So keep up the good work. So watching Susan here at the moment. Again, she's trying to bridge up to Emma. So she's 8 seconds behind, working at 3.1, 3.3 watts per kilo. Coming up on one the gradual gradients going up the hill here. It looks like Jessica, you've made it to one of the pitches here, the rolling uphills at the moment. How are you feeling? All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so mountain bike racing, you generally have, do you do a lot more cross country or enduro? Gotcha. So so you're saying this is still quite different from cross country racing? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Zwift racing is kind of a bit of a beast when it comes to efforts. I would say it's more similar to short track cross country racing. So a lot of digs and efforts throughout the race, and it's always going hard from the start. So there's almost never a break unless it's like right before the finish or early on in the race. But even then, a lot of times with Zwift racing, people go hard right off the gun, depending on the group. So last year, I remember when I was racing USAC, uh, pretty much every single time you had to put in a lot, like a pretty much a sprint effort right off the line in order to get a good position within the pack, so that way you can get the break. But yeah, Zwift racing is it's tough. I'm kind I'm sad that I'm missing out, but at the same time, like I'm glad I'm not doing it because it's so painful. But I'll be back next week, uh, and suffering with you guys. So let's go to the start of the pack here with Claudia and Michelle. The two of them are still together. So they just went through the sprint in the villas. So we're near the halfway mark for these two. They're at nearly at 19 kilometers here. Michelle is doing her best to keep up with Claudia here. So right now they're going through the rolling downhill section just before the volcano KOM. It's coming up within, I would say probably within a kilometer here. Looks like they're easing up a tad bit just before the climb, trying to conserve a little bit of energy using the downhill here. Michelle right now is pulling Claudia, doing a lot of the work. And drop back to Emma. Emma, how are you doing? Yeah. So it looks like you just so yeah, it looks like you're coming up on the volcano climb here pretty soon. And Susan's 11 seconds back still, staying at that 11 to 15-second gap here. And then Jessica, how are you doing? Just doing. That's good. Yeah, I know it's been kind of hard to. I've been we've been trying to reach out to more gals to get them into Zwift and then into the BRAC Zwift Racing League as well. But we'll see. Maybe later on, hopefully, we could get some more people into the event. So there's a bigger group going every single time. So if anyone on YouTube's watching and you know someone who's in Colorado or part of BRAC, let them know about Zwift and have them reach out to me or any of the other race coordinators, and we'll get them all squared away. So, all right, going to the front of the pack here with Claudia and Michelle, making their way around the volcano at the moment. All right, We're now at the start of the Volcano KOM for Claudia and Michelle. Claudia looks like is moving towards the front here. Michelle hanging onto her wheel. It looks like the two of them putting a little bit more effort right now, seeing pretty much testing one another. Oh, and Claudia's putting a little bit more. See, she looks like she's trying to drop Michelle, going at 5.8 to 6.9 watts per kilo. She's already gained 5 seconds on Michelle, who is hanging in there at 3.5, 3.6 watts per kilo. So Claudia is definitely putting some distance between herself and Michelle on this climb. She's already put in 15 seconds on Michelle back here. All right, going back to Emma. Looks like Emma, you just started the climb, right? Awesome, awesome. Nice and steady, nice and steady. Looks like Susan just started as well, 15 seconds behind Emma. And it looks like Susan just completed her weekly cycling distance goal, so congrats. And going back to Jessica. Jessica, looks like you also just started the climb. Working hard, keeping it nice and steady, nice and steady. Right after this climb is a nice downhill as well, so you can give your legs a little bit of a break uh, just after this climb here. So going back to the front of the pack with Claudia here, she's already put in 27 seconds onto Michelle. There we go. Let's go back to Michelle here, 28 seconds behind Claudia, staying nice and steady, 3.5 to 3.7 watts per kilo here. And Emma doing a good job here as well. You put on, let's see, an additional 15 seconds, it looks like, onto Susan. Great work, great work. Keep it up. Susan just about to exit the fiery volcano again. I'm going back to Jessica. Going nice and steady. And back to the front here with Claudia. See where Claudia is at here relative to the climb. Claudia looks like to be approaching the top of the climb pretty soon. Using the featherweight power up on the steep pitch here. Climbing up to 10% here. Near the top, there, the finish for the climb is in sight now for Claudia. And she gets to have a little bit of a break on this downhill. Awesome work. She came in at 8 minutes 19 seconds for the climb, or 3.2 kilometers here. Awesome work. Michelle is 41 seconds back behind Claudia. Nearing the top of the climb, Michelle. You got this, Michelle. Up to the top. Last little bit left. And then downhill for Michelle as well. All the way through, all the way through. Awesome work. 9 minutes and 6 seconds. So going back to Emma here. Emma's also approaching the top pretty soon. Going nice and steady. She is now 36 seconds up on Susan here. And we just saw, looks like Claudia just go down. Going back to Jessica here. Also going nice and steady up the climb. Keeping up the great work. You got this. Nice and steady and putting in the dig. Emma is nearing the top right now. You're almost there. It's going to kick up right now, Emma. If you have the feather power up, I would use it. If not, don't worry about it. Just put in a little bit more of the effort and you're almost there to the top, and then you'll have a downhill to rest a little bit. You got this. Nearly there. Finish line. Well, finish for the climb is right there. You got this. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Susan looks like is putting in a few seconds onto you. So take it a little bit easier on the climb, but then put in a few digs to use the momentum of the downhill to your advantage to increase that gap between yourself and Susan. Susan is also nearing the top here, about to cross the line. Putting in some digs here to make it past the steep pitch. Almost there, Susan. You got this, you got this. And Jessica, you as well. Hit the pitch. You got this. Put in a little bit of a dig. Nearly to the top. Awesome work, Jessica. Awesome work. Now it's going to be downhill here. So let's go to Claudia here. She's still on the downhill here of the volcano KOM, going 58 kilometers per hour. Really using this downhill to her advantage to rest and bring her heart rate back down. Going back to Michelle. Michelle is 53 seconds behind Claudia now. Same thing, taking a little bit of a small break to bring down well, at least use the downhill to bring down her heart rate. Recover slightly from the climb. Let's take a look at Emma here. Midway through the descent. Emma, how are you feeling? You did an awesome job going up the climb. Now just use this time to kind of recover a little bit. Still keep an eye on, Susan looks like is now over 45 seconds back. So use this time to let the legs kind of recover a little bit, bring the heart rate back down just before the Zwift KOM. Uh, it's a shorter, but it is a steeper climb. So it's definitely going to be a little bit more punchy in comparison to the Volcano KOM. So let's go back to Susan here. So she's 44 seconds behind Emma, going through the descent, the flat section of the descent here. Taking a little bit of a break. Can't see her heart rate, so I can't really tell you how high her heart rate goes. But also heart rate's very relative. Everyone's a little different. But she's doing an awesome job. It's definitely a lot harder to race in general when you're by yourself. It becomes more, again, becomes more of a time trial effort rather than like racing in a group. And it's definitely more of a mental game. It's you versus you at this point. So props to everyone because everyone's now in their on their own racing a time trial here, seeing maybe if they can catch the person in front of them. So let's go back to Jessica. Jessica, how are you doing? That's okay. Getting a little bit of a break in with the downhill. Good, good. Keep up the good work. Like I said to Emma, use the downhill here and a little bit of the flat to kind of just rest up just before the Zwift KOM. It's going to be shorter, steeper climb, 2.5 kilometer. Well, but they say it's 1.8%, but memory serves me right. There's quite a few steep pitches, so it's going to be much steeper uh, relative to the Volcano KOM in a lot of the sections. So really rest up here, for let the lactic acid get flushed from the legs, and then be hydrate, fuel up, and be ready to tackle the Zwift reverse KOM here. So going up to Claudia here. Claudia looks like she actually may be on the Zwift KOM right now, if not approaching it. All right, it looks like Claudia is just approaching the climb. You can see the start of the climb flashing right in front of her. Looks like she's adding in a bit more of an effort for a dig. Going back to Michelle here, minute 17 seconds behind now. She's doing an awesome job as well. Everyone's doing an awesome job today. It's definitely, again, it's definitely really hard with the pack splinters like this and everyone's by themselves. So great work to everyone for showing up and putting in all the effort that you can for today and doing your best. So Michelle here is approaching the climb. Let's go up to Claudia here. Looks like she put in a few digs here. Saw a couple 5 watts per kilo flashes here on the screen. Yeah, and going up a pretty steep pitch of this climb. Quite a few of them. But looks like she may be nearing the top as well. So pain is nearly over. She's also 35.2 kilometers into the race. Just over 5 kilometers to go to the finish line. Yeah, we can see the KOM arch on the map on the screen in the top right hand corner for Claudia. So she is nearing the top of the climb and it's flattening out a little bit here too. So going back to Michelle for a hot sec here. She's also approaching those steep pitches here. Entering the final switchback or loop around for the Zwift reverse KOM here. You got this, Michelle. Keep it up. You got this. The pain is nearly over. Emma, looks like you're also approaching the climb pretty soon as well. This is the last major climb. There's one more hill after this, but this is the last major climb. And then the pain is over. Pain is nearly over. Just take it 1 mile at a time. 1 mile at a time. Or if you're like me, 1 kilometer at a time. Because that's what I have on my screen. It's all set in metric here. Uh, so Claudia is nearing the top here of the Zwift reverse KOM. She has a minute 37, 38 seconds uh, on Michelle. Great effort by Claudia today. 5.3 watts per kilo, 5.2. Approaching the KOM arch. Awesome work, Claudia. Great work. It's downhill with a little bit of an uphill, and then the finish line. Less than 5 kilometers for Claudia now. Michelle is also nearing the top of the climb. So close, she's got this. Less than 5 kilometers to go for her as well. We're looking at Emma here. Steep pitch here. Again, if you have the feather power up, I would use it on the steep pitches in particular. The feather power up essentially means that you've got, if anyone's unfamiliar with Zwift, it lightens up your rider's weight for 10 seconds by, trying to remember off the top of my head, I think it's by 10 kilos. I don't quite remember the exact number, but it does lighten up your rider so that way it's a little bit easier to get up the, especially the steep pitches here. So the lighter, the easier. So Jessica, looks like you are just starting or started the climb here. And we'll watch Michelle cross the KOM arch here. Awesome work, Michelle. Heading into the descent. Claudia is now just over 2 kilometers away from the finish. Just about a mile for all the Americans. And then Emma is nearing the top of the climb pretty soon. She's got to go around this bend, these bends here, and then she's at the top. Claudia looks like she's got this in the bag here. Minute 48 on Michelle with just less than a kilometer to go. Or just over a kilometer to go, excuse me. And Michelle here is also pretty close to the finish line. Just over a mile here. Emma is nearing the top of the Zwift reverse KOM. Doing a great job. And Susan as well. Susan is 55 seconds behind Emma at the moment. And then Jessica here on the climb. Just over 5 kilometers to go. So everyone's nearly done. The pain is almost over. And Claudia here is now nearing the finish line. 0.8 kilometers to go. Currently going 37 kilometers an hour. Going real steady. Michelle is also nearing the finish line, just over a kilometer to go. Claudia nearing the finish here. All right, awesome work, Claudia. Good work. Oh, let's see. I may have just been kicked out of the meetup. Let's see here. Oh, nope. All right. Woo, found it again. All right. Michelle is also nearing the finish line. Now I know what happens when you cross the finish line here, so I'll try to, even though I want to watch everyone across the finish here, uh, may end up glitching a little bit. But Michelle's nearing the finish line. Like she's got, see here, 0.7, 0.6 kilometers to go. Keep it up, Michelle. Awesome work today. Emma's made it down the hill, is also approaching the finish pretty soon. Susan is currently going down the hill after the KOM. Awesome work. Awesome work. Jessica is also only 10 seconds back behind Susan. See, do you have a little bit more left in the tank, Jessica? Maybe catch up to Susan? Almost ended the race here. Just over 2 kilometers to go. Holding down the power here. Susan is seeing that Jessica's putting down a little bit more power, so let's see what happens here with these two. Emma here is approaching the line. She's got 46 seconds on Susan at the moment. Just over a kilometer to go. Awesome work, Emma. Great job today. Jessica is now 9 seconds behind Susan. Come on, Jessica. See if you can catch up to Susan here. You got this. 8 seconds. You just have to have more watts per kilo than she does and keep it up there. 7 seconds. You can see both of them on the screen right now. 6 seconds. Awesome job, Jessica. Keep it up, keep it up. Susan realizing Jessica's coming up on her wheel, so putting in a few more digs to the finish. Jessica's still holding on though. Now 5 seconds back. Come on, you got this, Jessica. Keep it up, keep it up. Yeah, good job, Claudia. Awesome work. It was really fun watching you race. I'm kind of bummed I wasn't able to race with you guys today, but maybe next week. Hopefully next week. But oh yeah, it's more painful for sure. So looks like yeah, Jessica, you're 3 seconds behind Susan right now. Um, you're almost at the finish line. You got zero point 0.9 kilometers. Susan's got zero point 0.9 kilometers. See if you can put in a little bit more of a dig. This is the last bit. You're almost at the line. I didn't check the meetup either. I didn't see where everyone started. So there's usually a gap, maybe a second gap. So put in the last dig to the line here. Almost there. You're right on her wheel. Awesome work, Jessica. All the way through, all the way through. See if Susan responds. Nope, it looks like Jessica is pulling away here. Great job. All the way through, all the way through. Almost there. Awesome work, Emma. All right, that's it. That's it, Jessica. Keep it up all the way through, all the way through. Finish line is in sight. 0.1 kilometer left. Otherwise known as 100 meters. Awesome work, Jessica. Good work. Susan is also approaching the line as well. Awesome work, everyone. Great job. That was that was one hell of a finish for Susan and Jessica. Great work. I'm gonna go back to the YouTube live stream here real quick and end it. If you guys watch the live stream, thanks for watching. Hopefully, I'll be back on my bike next week, and it will have less technical issues now that I figured out how this live stream software works. So